In a bombshell revelation that sent shockwaves through Hollywood, Wendy Williams boldly predicted that Diddy will spend his entire life behind bars, an assertion that not only rattles the established order, but also hints at a secret agenda designed to silence one of the industry's most outspoken voices.
We had to have a camera on the street looking up because we couldn't get into this facility. Virtually no one can get in. She is essentially trapped in that room, has been for a long, long time, has no internet access. Nobody can even call her. She can only call out. She got fresh air twice in the last month. And I got to tell you, I have spoken to her for hours and hours and hours, many phone calls. This woman is back to being Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams, she spoke about her health and living conditions, says she's fighting for her freedom from a care facility. Eva Pilgrim here with the details. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Wendy Williams has been pretty quiet recently. Except for a rare public appearance at her son's graduation in December, no one has seen much of the talk titan. She's been under a court-ordered guardianship, something she tells us she doesn't think she needs and now wants to change.
What if the outspoken media titan herself has been ensnared in a meticulously crafted trap? A plan by Diddy to shut her up once and for all. Today, we peel back the layers of a story where decades-old feuds, explosive legal battles, and hidden alliances converge into a narrative more twisted than anyone could have imagined.
How are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm still in prison, so to speak.
The former Queen of Daytime has been in a court-ordered guardianship since 2022. Williams spoke with Nightline co-anchor Byron Pitts from a New York care facility.
Can you describe where you are right now?
Yes. Well, as I've said, because it's a fact, this is the memory unit. That's what this floor is called, the memory unit. And it is true that these people who live here don't remember anything. Look, I don't belong here at all. This is ridiculous.
Wendy Williams isn't a stranger to controversy. In a candid interview on The Breakfast Club on January 16th, she left no room for doubt when she declared, "Diddy will go to prison for life, people." With the gravitas of someone who's seen it all, the 60-year-old media icon hinted that she possesses insider knowledge from her past encounters with the music mogul, a history that dates back to 1998, when she was unceremoniously fired.
Plus, the 6-year-old also weighed in on the allegations against Sean Diddy Combs.
Because Diddy was gay since the 90s.
She knew, dog.
No, Wendy was throwing that out there.
Apology.
That's why Wendy got fired from Hot 97. Wendy got fired from Hot 97 by Diddy, because that's when Bad Boy was smoking hot.
Wow.
And yeah, she got fired for putting that out there. Like,
do you think that Diddy held on to the gay rumors so that people didn't know what he really was?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because that's the perfect smokescreen. You'd rather people think you're gay than beat women.
These remarks are not isolated outbursts, but part of a long-running feud between Wendy and Diddy, fueled by years of personal and professional clashes that have left a bitter taste in the mouths of those who followed their every move.
I remember I got off the air one day and them total bitches were downstairs waiting, and everybody upstairs at the radio station is looking down, egging it on, waiting for something to go down. I wasn't yet married. My knight in shining armor screeched up in his car just out of nowhere. I didn't even know what was about to happen. I'm standing in the door like, what? And I'm literally about to go through. Now, I'm not like what, let's fight, because I'm not one of those type of broads. And plus, there was 3 of them. The little Chinese man that drove the van that they were coming at. There was no security or anything. It was just them 3 fighting broads. And me. And my coworkers that shot standing upstairs trying to look down to see it all jump off. They all knew. When I said goodnight to everybody's pressed up against the window. I didn't even walk or bother asking, what are you all looking for? Because when the clock strikes, it's time to go. It is time to go. I didn't get a chance to hit the sidewalk.
Did Diddy get Wendy Williams fired? Yeah, he sure did. And then what happened, it was, I did the Wendy Williams show. Yeah, when if I remember this story right, Wendy Williams she was saying a whole bunch of stuff about Puff that y'all talking about right now. In fact, Wendy Williams was the first one to expose Puff. And the things that she was saying about Puff, the allegations, he was denying them. But Wendy was in the way saying she knew him. So the more she kept talking about it, the more and more he used his power to get her fired.
This isn't just idle gossip. In the wake of Diddy's arrest in September 2024 on charges ranging from sex trafficking to racketeering and numerous accusations of sexual assault, the stakes have never been higher. Diddy, 55, maintains his innocence, vehemently denying every allegation while his legal team fights to counter what they call an unjust prosecution.
Sean Diddy Combs sues NBC for $100 million over its Peacock documentary about him. According to docs obtained by E! News February 12th, the Bad Boy Records founder filed a lawsuit against NBC Universal seeking $100 million after Peacock, the streaming service owned by the media company, released the documentary Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. In the filing, Combs, who is currently in jail on sex trafficking and racketeering charges, accuses NBC Universal of defamation and alleged that the company maliciously and recklessly broadcast the documentary, which included claims that the rapper committed crimes like serial murder and sexual assault of minors without having a shred of evidence. The filing reads, in making and broadcasting these falsehoods, among others, defendants seek only to capitalize on the public's appetite for scandal without any regard for the truth and at the expense of Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial.
Despite requesting bail on 3 separate occasions, Diddy's pleas have been met with stern rejections by judges concerned about public safety and the possibility of tampering with evidence or witnesses. As he remains confined in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, every twist in this case deepens the intrigue, one that Wendy Williams, with her characteristic candor, isn't afraid to comment on. In the midst of this legal storm, Wendy's voice rings louder than ever.
The judge has denied bail for Sean Diddy Combs. Of course, this was the hip-hop mogul's latest bid for freedom as he remains in federal jail for his racketeering and sex trafficking case. The producer and rapper has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. Combs was previously denied bail back in September as well.
Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with a new set of allegations against him. The hip-hop mogul is being accused of witness tampering and tainting the jury pool. Prosecutors accuse Combs of evading monitoring by using telephone accounts of other inmates and also using three-way calls to reach people who were not on the approved contact list. Now, the filing comes as prosecutors argue that Combs should not be entitled to another bail hearing. He is due back in court on Friday.
But the conversation doesn't end with Wendy's impassioned words. There is an unsettling parallel in the silence observed within the celebrity community. Many high-profile figures remain conspicuously quiet, reportedly out of fear of their brands being tarnished by any association with the scandal. A renowned celebrity crisis expert even described the hush surrounding Diddy's arrest as massively quiet, compared to the uproar seen in cases like Harvey Weinstein or R. Kelly. Could it be that behind this reticence lies a carefully orchestrated plan to protect influential networks, one that might even extend to neutralizing voices like Wendy's?
Where are his celebrity peers saying, "Oh my God, this is detestable. We do not stand for this"? The way that women came forward after Harvey.
Yeah.
Where are they? Everybody's quiet. Why?
Where's Ashton Kutcher? Where's, honestly, Usher? Where's Justin Bieber? Justin Bieber, I have no knowledge. They're not alleging his name in any of this, but Justin Bieber was very young when he came into Diddy's circle.
And since his arrest, tons of clips and videos and information about who associated with P. Diddy has been coming out, and it's a lot of big celebrities. P. Diddy was a very well-connected person. There were huge names at his freak-off events. There's a lot of people that absolutely knew what P. Diddy was doing, and there's going to most likely be a lot of big celebrities that get implicated in some heinous shit in their connection with Diddy.
Adding further fuel to the fire, former Bad Boy Records artist Mark Curry has stepped into the spotlight with explosive allegations that cast Diddy in an even darker light. According to Curry, the music mogul allegedly employed a strategic maneuver to secure the silence of his A-list musician friends by returning music publishing rights in exchange for non-disclosure agreements.
But you know, once you get that money and then you lose that respect, first you got to think about this. Is he sleeping with the help? He's sleeping with the help. Now you did this to your artist, bro. This is somebody who came to you to ask you for an opportunity to help them grow to become something, and you sleeping with your artist. Number one downfall right there. You're sleeping with the help. And then what makes you want to sleep with the help? Control. I just want to have total control over this individual. I want them I want them to know that I'm the one that's over them. I'm in control of their soul. I can make them. I can get them money. I can take them and show them around the world and still whoop their ass. That's crazy. That's insane.
Let's be honest about Faith Evans. How does a woman with that much talent end up married to somebody like Stevie J? Really? Or maybe years ago you decided to be a hip hop plant because you didn't think your light-skinned fat ass was ever gonna get a real shot. And so you took that shot. You were a single mom and your back was up against the wall. Think about it from this angle. Everything we know. Ask me how much different Faith life, her whole life look, career look. Diddy told her he was gonna kill Biggie.
Curry, who famously left the Bad Boy label in 2005 due to creative and financial burnout, insists he refused to sign the NDA, a decision that, in his view, underscores the coercive tactics Diddy used to keep his inner workings under wraps. In a world where loyalty and silence are often intertwined, these revelations paint a picture of a mogul desperately trying to control not only his narrative, but also the voices of those who once celebrated him.
We fell out because I call it a breach of contract, the same way he said the liquor company breached the contract with him. I fell out with him because he didn't put my product on the shelf the way that he feels like or felt like they should have put his product on the shelf. I felt like he didn't give me the opportunity that he feels like the liquor company didn't give him the opportunity. We fell out for the same reasons why he's complaining right now. He's complaining about the same things I've been telling him about him a long time ago. But it only matters when they did it to him. It didn't matter when he was doing it to everybody else. So I kind of knew at that time that, you know, what was stopping me from becoming successful as an artist was because of him.
So this is a confidentiality agreement that's signed by parties he has over, I imagine. The term you, as in the person signing, shall include you, your estate, each corporation or business entity which you have ownership or beneficial interest in, and any all person entities owned or controlled by you, businesses, affiliates, employees, officers, directors, managers, accountants, agents, all your respective heirs, like people, kids, etc., executors, representatives, administrators, employees, licensed successors, anybody who could ever be with you, speak for you, family, friend, doesn't matter. They have now all signed this NDA with you. Wild. For good and valuable consideration, collectively consideration, the recipients efficiently of which hereby acknowledged you irrevocably agree as follows. Sean Diddy Combs, aka Puff Daddy, artist. Privacy is highly valued, and all efforts will be made to maintain confidentiality with respect to all information and other material of any kind. So what's that include? Without limitation, terms, conditions, existence of this agreement concerning or related to directly and indirectly artist, person, corporation, including without limitation, family members, relatives, past or present, fiancés, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends, and business associates, artist parties, and each artist party, except for information or publicly made intentionally by artists, by Diddy, you hereby irrevocably agree that you shall not at any time use or disclose directly or indirectly to anyone any of the following information, any information acquired by you in any manner or by any medium or means whatsoever at any time, past, present, or future, which concerns or in any way relates to artist, any artist party, or any artist business activities, entertainment activities, financial affairs, and or personal life. And all such information shall be deemed confidential, private, secret, and sensitive.
It raises a question that echoes throughout this entire saga. Is Diddy's empire built on a foundation of coerced silence and strategically neutralize dissent? And where does that leave someone like Wendy Williams, whose career has been defined by speaking truth to power, only to now find herself entangled in a web where her own words could be weaponized against her?
What is happening with Wendy Williams? Is she suffering from a mental illness, dementia, or is she caught like a prisoner trapped in a highly restrictive conservatorship where people are just trying to make money off Wendy Williams?
So this thing about Puffy being arrested, I'm not sure what to make of it, because if you're a parent, you know, you go ham on anybody who messes with your kids. But okay, he was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon and battery and making terroristic threats.
The timing of these explosive claims, combined with Wendy's fierce declarations, suggests that there might be more to this story than meets the eye. It's as if Diddy, long known for his ability to bend the rules of the game, has orchestrated a scenario that not only shields him from accountability, but also serves to trap his fiercest critic in a situation where her credibility is at stake. The chilling notion that the same man who built an empire with his signature swagger might also be engineering a plan to silence a voice of dissent is both disturbing and enthralling.
And a lot of people didn't get the opportunity to make their tell-all story. It seemed like everybody who was going to make a tell-all story, something happened to them. I mean, and I say something for, you know, make things clear. Me is the walk that I live. The only person on the face of this planet that I ever could have that kind of altercation with, to where if something ever was to happen to me, man, look at him. It ain't nothing gonna happen to me by accident. I'm not going to go trip and bump my nose on a wall. I'm not gonna have no pneumonia or nothing like that. You understand? And if anything you ever see anything happen like that with me, you already know. But it won't always happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how that is, man. That's what makes me feel confident to do the things that I do.
As the trial looms on the horizon, scheduled for later this year, the courtroom battles, media scrutiny, and behind-the-scenes maneuvers promise to unravel secrets that have long been buried beneath layers of wealth and influence. Wendy Williams's unfiltered predictions and relentless pursuit of the truth stand as a stark counterpoint to the hushed tones and guarded smiles of Diddy's inner circle.
Anybody came out defending Diddy. All these celebrity friends he have, and nobody came out.
They brand. It's all about the money. They saw what he did to Cassie. With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cassie. They know that nobody in America liked that. So now, these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies. They're not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them. And they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey, buddy, we got you on this tape. And girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you know, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking. And they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. But they didn't think they was being watched. And Brother Love was watching.
Yeah, I mean, TD Jakes, he haven't even came out and said anything. And him and Diddy was real cool.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, man. And I know the people in the congregation over there is shaking in their boots because this man then led them probably, allegedly probably led them to damnation because those people's hearts are going to be broken if that man is seen on those tapes doing anything. Because people always put their faith in the pastor instead of putting their faith in God. And what they need to do is understand that he's just a man. And he has a history. It's not looking too good for him.
So you feel like celebs are worried that they might be on tape?
Oh, they know. That's why they ain't speaking up or saying nothing. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form or fashion, you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bruh. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you got to take your clothes off. He said that himself, bruh. So a lot of them, like what was what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
But why do you think Diddy had all them hidden cameras?
Bruh, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody.
With every revelation, from the return of publishing rights to the explosion of new allegations, the stakes continue to rise, leaving us to wonder if this is indeed the moment when justice will finally catch up with a man who once seemed untouchable.
It was very bad, but it was also conspicuous for some of the things that it didn't have. Some of the allegations that we'd heard of about minors were not included in this indictment, which is curious. But what is in the indictment is devastating.
And you know what's interesting about it is that this indictment, it's comprehensive, but it's bare bones in terms of you don't know what the evidence is. In a separate filing, prosecutors filed, it's a letter to the judge asking for why they think Combs should be detained before pending trial, denied bail. And they say, we've interviewed 50 victims and witnesses, we have looked at all this surveillance footage, all of this digital evidence, and you could see how they've built up a substantial case, which I guess is not surprising why it took so long for an indictment to come forward. What I do think is interesting is this probably wouldn't have happened without the civil suits first being filed, right?
Yeah, that's two great points. One, I think clearly the civil plaintiffs were cooperating with the Southern District. And the other point you touched on a little earlier, I think we all expected more of a speaking indictment. In other words, more than this fairly bare bones approach. But it sounds like the prosecutor took a very strategic approach and purposefully kept this a little less detailed and gave himself more flexibility, while in the letter making it clear to the court why he should not be allowed free pending trial.
In the end, the question remains, will Wendy Williams emerge unscathed as the brave whistleblower she has always been? Or is she now caught in the crosshairs of a calculated plan to silence her voice once and for all? The answer lies somewhere in the depths of this high-stakes legal drama, a drama that promises not only to reshape public perceptions of one of the music industry's biggest names, but also to redefine the boundaries between power and accountability.
Well, I leave my room to order lunch. Everything is on this floor. And by the way, I have everything right here in the bedroom because, you know, these people that live here, you know, they're nice people, but that's not my cup of tea at all. Like, and it's really expensive where I am. $18,000 a month out of my money.
Wendy telling me she doesn't have control over her day-to-day life.
It seems like she's been pretty open that it's a locked unit, so certainly that could be consistent with a memory care unit for more severe cases of dementia.
You can call my phone whenever.
The last time the public heard anything from Wendy was a year ago in Lifetime's Where's Wendy Williams?
My real name is Wendy Hunter.
Hunter.
Yep.
One thing is certain. This trial isn't just about Diddy. It's about everyone who enabled him. Everyone who turned a blind eye. And if the truth finally comes out, it won't just be his legacy that's destroyed. It'll be the entire system that protected him. And that's the real story.
So according to federal prosecutors, Diddy's associates and members of the so-called Combs enterprise are the ones who helped arrange for these illegal freak-offs. The indictment goes on to say members and associates of the Combs enterprise enabled Combs's control over victims by following his directions regarding financial payments to the victims, advancing or suppressing the victims' career opportunities, and acquiring the controlled substances Combs used to keep the victims compliant. It also alleges these associates knew of Diddy's physical brutality to these survivors and would help Diddy conceal this by hiding these victims in hotel rooms waiting for their injuries to heal. At times, these associates allegedly tracked down any victims attempting to leave Diddy and then forced them to stay. Federal prosecutors allege these associates showed a willingness to conceal crimes and are guilty of a laundry list of crimes, including preserving, protecting, promoting, and enhancing the power of the Combs enterprise, including the power of its leader, Combs, through violence, use of firearms, threats of violence, coercion, and verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. What's interesting here is that no one is publicly named in the indictment except for Diddy. So while prosecutors allege Diddy had a team helping him carry out this illegal scheme, they don't call anyone out by name.
If you want to stay ahead of every bombshell reveal in this high-stakes drama, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because the truth is just getting started, and you won't want to miss a moment.